Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Tuesday, December 8th, 2009. Well, folks, we are seeing the markets just trailing off to the downside today. The Dow is down about 85 points, the Nasdaq down 7, and the S&P 500 down about 8. That's about 0.75% on the S&P 500 and the Dow, while the Nasdaq is down a little less than 0.5% on the day. Now, the key today has been Greece, and a continued kind of Dubai cataclysmic event going on here across the world, which is basically you had Dubai saying that they're going to default. Obviously, we know what happened right around that Thanksgiving timeframe a couple weeks ago. But what really has gone on now is that there's been a lot of concern for other countries. And today, Fitch downgraded Greece's debt rating, and that really caused some strengthening in the dollar. And we all know that the dollar strengthening is what's going to drive this market down, and that's exactly 100% what is going on today. So in addition, again, guys, think about it this way. The flight to safety, what is the flight to safety trade? To the dollar. That is what it is, folks. That is essentially what it is. Now, remember, as the markets bottomed in March, the flight to risk occurred because people became more and more confident with the markets and overall making money overseas in every which way. So essentially what you're doing here is every time there's a little blip on the screen like with Greece or Dubai, everyone's rushing back into the dollar, which creates that push up in the dollar. Once that happens, folks, then the rest of the markets go down. I mean, it's just that simple. Is that it's a flight to safety. That's the trade with the dollar. When the dollar rallies, when the dollar falls, it's because people feel better about it overall, and you can see that what happens across the board when the dollar falls, the markets rally, and therefore. So it's again that inverse relationship. But based on today's news out of Greece, the dollar started to strengthen as money came back into the dollar for safety reasons on fear of overseas markets and kind of their debt and what's going on there. And with that, the markets fell very sharply on the open. Now, the markets, again, you can see here on the 10-minute SPY chart, really collapsing early on. We gapped down, interestingly enough, right to the pivot low. And this is very, very interesting, folks. Notice this white trend line. This white trend line was in there for weeks and weeks. But notice how last Friday, the low was tagged here, and it was also tagged again right at this point. That's again that 110.05 level on the SPY. Sure enough, what happens today, folks? Here's Monday. Monday, we traded up above it. Today, we gap down right to that same line. Look at how the technicals trend lines work on this chart. It gives you the exact opening of the market based on these two previous points on last Friday. From that point, you sold off hard. Where did you go? You went right to the Great Wall of China lower level. Now, the Great Wall of China extends from this point here, from the 110.34 to the 110.65-ish area. 109.65-ish area. That's your Great Wall of China. That has been a major level and continues to be so. You have yet to confirm a move above it. We've traded above that Great Wall of China for literally days and days and days. We've been above for 3 or 4 days at a time, then below by a day or two, then 3 or 4 days above again. Yet it has not confirmed yet, folks. That is huge. Okay, that is absolutely huge. Now, again, what I want to show you here is notice the fall initially. We fall all the way down into the Great Wall of China and close literally right on it. So, again, two major trend lines on our charts that were for our premium members in the Research Center and in the chat room. What happens? We start out on one. The first candle ends on the other one. Second candle of the day closes below. Now, for those of you that are privy to the confirmation ITMS signal, and again, that's a privy thing to the premium guys. You guys know that you had no confirmation here. No confirmation means there's a high probability of reversal, and sure enough, that's exactly what it does. So what this happens right here, what this occurs at this point in time, tells you you're going to see a move back up. That's exactly what we see. We move back up, fall back to the Great Wall of China, pierce it, close back above. Again, a little bit of a bottoming tail there. Sure enough, that signals another move up. Where do we go? We go right to the white line. White trend line gets retested. Then we break above it, but was there confirmation on this candle? The answer would be absolutely no. Therefore, that tells you the market's going to reverse again. Do you guys see how this reversal takes place based on the premium subscribers understanding confirmation? Again, if you're a premium subscriber, we teach this basically every day in the chat room and in the Research Center videos, in the nightly videos that are included in the Research Center, which again are 45 minutes in length, in-depth technical analysis based on our methodology. But again, you can see reversal, down we go. Up we go again to the white trend line, hit it, and then we come back down. So you can see again how each line, as long as it's not confirmed, still remains as resistance or support. Here's support right here. You don't confirm it, thus it comes back down. It is still support. Here we don't confirm, comes back in. If we test it again, still resistance. Very fascinating stuff, guys. And again, so important that you understand this and learn this. Can't stress that enough. In any case, the other thing I wanted to mention here also, folks, was we actually had a bear flag going into the close yesterday. And we had called that out and talked about it in the Research Center video. And so we said here, you actually have an MA pattern here. and there's your M, and here's your A, but also notice the down move in spirit of bear flag pattern. What happens today? What does this tell you? Bear flag pattern tells you you're going to have a drop. Sure enough, look at the drop in the markets. So there are countless signals portraying themselves that are telling us which way this market's going to go, and it is truly fascinating to see as they play out, folks, and they play out left and right in every which way, but you can see that again, beautifully playing out left and right, again, to make massive amounts of money. Now, we're coming down into this support level again. This is the Great Wall of China lower level. This is going to be support. If you get below, you look for confirmation, you confirm it, you are going to go right to this double bottom. This will be where we will go. Now, what's going to have to happen for this to sell off more? You're going to have to see the dollar move higher today. Essentially, it's a dollar trade at this point, as I've said, day in, day out for the last 10 months or so. That continues to be the way it is. The dollar is slightly higher today. That is keeping the markets under pressure. It's the same trade over and over again. But in any case, again, if you break this and confirm it, you're going to go right to here. If you get through that, you're going to go to 109, even number, which is actually the 200 on the 60-minute right here. That will be a major, major level in this market on the 60-minute. Interestingly enough, you actually have an in spirit of bear flag forming also on the 60-minute chart on a longer time frame, which is interesting as well. So that, again, will be interesting to see how that plays out for tomorrow and the next day afterwards and so forth. Again, no major economic news, but if you continue to have situations like Greece and Dubai, there's not going to need to be any catalyst for volume in this market. We've done still, again, light volume today overall, folks. The volume has really been driven out of this market. It continues to be so. It's better volume than yesterday, definitely, but by no means is it heavy volume. It's a little after 1 o'clock today, and volume is just about 100 million on the SPY. Volume on the futures with overnight data is huge, guys, over 3.6 million. That is unbelievable volume, but a lot of that volume happened in the overnight session when the Greece news came out. You had a ton of volume come into this market. So in any case, folks, keep an eye on that. Notice again how this Great Wall is holding up to the downside, and we'll continue to watch for that. All right, other than that, folks, I encourage you to come join the webinar. Webinar, again, folks, is huge this coming Saturday. You want to be involved in that. Last webinar before the end of the year. It's a perfect gift for a loved one, a business associate, or a family member of any sorts. You want to give that as a gift. Fantastic, all right? In addition, join the Research Center, join the chat room. We'll be here guiding you through this market, ups and downs, whether it's to be short, long, give you levels, give you stocks, give you entries, give you exits. We're here for everything you could possibly need, and the educational side, which is, again, in my book, #1. We want to teach you to fish, not just give you the fish. Take care, folks.